All right, water break on 3, 2, 3. Sorry guys, technology. we froze.
Yeah.
What can I do? All right, but Crystal's back, Trinity's back, LC is back, Elsie is back, Crystal Wolf, yes. What happened? Technology. All right, Edgy Waggy, he's back. All right, we're getting back online here, guys. Thanks for staying with us. Everybody's doing a quick water break, and then the lesson begins. So again, any questions? Write them down. Hey, somebody said Baldy. You must be talking to me. Okay. All right, let's bring it in. So we're gonna have a seat kind of around this area or wherever you guys. I think the best placement seems to have been this way, but I'm gonna use you today, April. So you three ladies, if you don't mind, over here. Wait, time out. April over here.
Oh.
The watchers over here. Yeah, cool. There we go. That way everybody's watching from the same place, okay? So what we're gonna talk about today, we did this a little bit on Monday, okay? But I don't think, who was not here Monday? You were not here Monday? You're not here Monday? You were not here Monday? You were here Monday. So today we're gonna do something similar to what we did Monday. We're gonna speed it up a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can teach it in a way where we can progress quickly, okay? So one of the most important things that we need to work on is what we call the guard get-up. Now in sport jiu-jitsu, where we use the gi and we train with the gi, we also have a guard get-up. Let me have April in my guard, okay? And then Maribel, move in a little. Yeah, so we're here. So whenever, like for example, we have a Professor Frank. He's a black belt under me, first degree. He's been training for 13 years, something like that, 14 years. And Frank used to be very dominant in the stand-up area. So you go to a competition, he would start standing, he would shake somebody's hand, fist bump, and he would take down 99.9% of people. But if he ever had gotten taken down, I wanted him to have a plan, and his guard wasn't quite what his top game was. So we came up with something, because there was one competition where he fought a guy, he's a heavyweight, Frank's a heavyweight. He fought a guy who was, I want to say like 400 something pounds, 420, I think. And the guy was just not somebody that, you know, you really want to try to shoot in and grab his leg. If he lays on you, you're in trouble, right? So we worked on the guard get-up. And the way that worked at the time was grabbing the lapel like this, okay, across. And this would require, obviously, Frank to be on his guard. Now you're going to escape your hip the opposite way. So if I'm grabbing this side lapel, then I place my foot on the ground and I move my hip, stepping like this on her hip. Now I'm going to kind of move back and look at my leg, how it's on the floor. If you guys notice, if I take this hand and go here, this is starting to look a lot like a stand-up and base, okay? So now what we would do is we would kind of whip the leg underneath and pull, boom. And you get this very heavy individual who's on their knees and is not able to get up as quickly as somebody who's smaller, quicker, right? So what happened was Frank would pull guard. As soon as he pulled guard, you can come up, he would, boom, do the guard get up really quickly. And then the person would end up stuck in the turtle position with Frank having the ability to kind of spin around, take the back, whatever the case, right? But in a women's self-defense situation, it's very similar. It's just that we're allowed to throw punches. We're allowed to throw kicks. Kind of anything goes in that situation. So we're going to modify the technique just a little bit. As I mentioned before, in sport jiu-jitsu, we collar grip and use our fist as kind of a spacer. So she tries to come in, she's going to run into that fist, yes. But since we don't have that, or we might not have that, what we're going to do is pretend that the hands are on our throat here, okay? Now this hand sneaks under and posts on the shoulder right here. This hand posts on the knee. Now I'm going to do the same maneuver. So I place my foot over here on the ground. I'm going to move my hip and step on the stomach. Go ahead and posture up, April, all the way up. Take your hands off of me, so you can see where the foot placement is, right across the belly, where the belt line is probably a better way to describe it. Now, in this case, if she's still trying to hold, as soon as I extend, there's no more leverage for the person to be able to hold my neck. And now from here, it's that kick that we've been doing, or we've been kind of adding into stuff. Boom, I blast, and I sit up here. Now from here, another kick, boom, and then from there, I stand and I get away safely. This is only possible if it's open area. If you're at the park, you're on the floor, whatever, then it's fine. You can do this guard get up. If you're in a bed, it doesn't make sense to do a guard get up. So next, we're going to talk a little bit about what to do if we're in a situation where getting up and running backwards or away from the situation is not possible. Okay, let's do it again. So April, back a little bit here. Let me get a tiny bit closer. Okay. So what's a good start for this? This is a good one for if she grabs here, but it can be done in many different instances. And I don't want to let the person get their body close to mine. The goal is to keep them away. On Monday, we did the technique, but we did it with more of a block. Remember, Catherine? Mm-hmm. So we started with the block, and then we switched our hands to the position we did now. A little different because maybe they're locking their elbows and trying to drive weight into my neck. Yeah, this is a problem. So from here, under and shoulder post right here. So I go under. If I go over, it's a further reach, and it's harder to get my palm on any substance. Here, it's a lot easier to get my palm to kind of pop the shoulder a little bit, right? Now the hand goes to the knee. Why? Because I don't want her, as I move, to come with me and continue to close that space that I need to step on her hip. So I make sure that I have a post here and a post here. Now I put my other foot on the ground, and this leg's only job is to get to her stomach. Once that happens, my legs are usually going to be longer and stronger than anybody's arms. And so at that point, the choke or the attempted choke is not going to be worth much, okay? Because I'm going to extend my legs. So 1 here, 2 here. Foot on the ground, escape the hip, extension. Now, boom, little blast, come up. And then what I normally do, the process is, look, 1 kick, you don't even have to block, April. It's just going to be 1 with my 1 leg, swing that leg and sit up. Now the other kick comes from the other leg. And I'm just going to go over your shoulder so that you don't have to block and keep touching the feet. Boom. Okay? And then from here, stand in base. What was that last part? So when I stand up, it would be a failure if I were to try to get up into her. If she was, what's the word? Like, kind of, I hit her, I kind of messed her up a little bit. She's a little bit like discombobulated, right? If I'm trying to go towards her, that's a mistake. I want to get up in reverse with balance. So the idea is to have 1 knee high like this, elbow on the knee. And if anybody at home is watching, you guys can practice this technique at home. It's very, very important. We use it in a lot of our lessons. So the bottom leg swivels under, and I never touch my knee on the ground. I don't want them to have 1 second to kind of grab me or push me. So the idea is to bring this leg here. And then I stand up and I get away. I have the best base when I'm sideways. So this is great if they try to push me back down or pull me back down. I'm good here. Okay? One more time. Any questions, guys? Feel pretty good about it? We did something already similar to it, but we're going to be adding more today. So we're here, hands on the neck, right away, boom. Okay, this is a good starting point, but now I got to get my legs involved. I can't imagine that I'm going to hold somebody for very long. So now I escape my hip, heel, bottom of my foot on the waist, extend, kick number 1, boom. Swing, sit up. Kick number 2, boom. Back, stand in base, okay? It's gonna feel a little strange at first. You're gonna feel like, that's a lot of work, that's a lot of movements, a lot of stuff to remember. After you've done it a bazillion times though, second nature, and that's what we want, okay? So let's start with this. Any questions? I'll come around and help you guys, but start with you guys here and you guys there, and we'll mix it up as we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. So guard, get up. Let's keep it on this side over here. Okay, take a quick look at our chat.
And you're trying to get your you don't have to.
Okay, one of the students asked, what is the difference, if any, between jiu-jitsu and self-defense in the sport category? Jiu-jitsu in the sport category focuses on points. They are given to good positioning. So things like the side control, the mount, those things will all gain you points in a sport competition. But in real life, those positions that you're getting points for would be the best positions that you could get to in a real life self-defense or fight situation. So it's all about submissions and points in competition, not so much striking. There are some like the combat jiu-jitsu that Eddie Bravo does where they do incorporate, just to give you the idea of what could really happen. But many tournaments don't incorporate strikes. They just do grappling, looking for dominant position and submission holds. And whereas a real fight obviously is no rules. All right. Thank you, Crystal, for joining us. Have a great night.
You like this around. Okay, so you're trying to choke it. So
Cool.
right here, and then with this one you grab my right there. And then you plant that foot.
How do you do the lock? I forgot. Which lock do you mean, Aaron? Tell me which lock, and I'll tell you how to do it. Sunflower seed. Omar, what's up, Omar? You guys might see Omar Mendoza in the chat. He was actually in our Zoom class a little while ago, which is kind of cool because I can see him, he can see me, and I can correct his mistakes that he's doing at home. We are going to be having Zoom lessons that you guys can take from wherever you are. And as long as you have a partner to help, I'll have a partner here to demonstrate. I'll be able to correct your mistakes and meet you guys officially, and it'll be kind of cool. So Zoom is an option that is coming very soon. But Omar, welcome. Omar is one of our blue belts, and he helps to coach the kids' classes as well. Great to have you on, sir.
No. And now you stand up.
Okay. Perfect. Kick one, boom.
That was two.
Kick two, boom. Good. Very nice. Okay, can you do Lizette? Lizette's primary escape to any attacks is jumping off cliffs into water. Her secondary escape is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, here we go. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Last. Lay on your back when you kick first. That'll give you more power. Boom. And then swing and sit. Kick again. Excellent. Good standing base too. Nice. Okay, you guys over here a little more. Let's see it. Once we get this down a little bit and it's starting to flow, we're going to move into the arm lock as well. Boom. Boom. Ouch. Freeze. Got to post on the shoulder. Do it again. Not the bicep, but the shoulder.
Okay. What?
Go back. Go back. You got to move your hip first and then put your foot. Because if you put your foot early, it's going to be hard to push away. Go with the hip escape, then the foot on the hip. So under the arm that you don't want. Catherine, you're too rushy today. We're going to keep stopping you. I'll wait for you to be patient. Here we go. So then you're back. Go under the arm that you don't want. And then Maribel's hands are not going to be on your chest. They're going to be on your neck. Thank you. Neck. Grab the neck. Good. Now, this palm, put it right on that beat. There it is. And get a little bit of something behind it. Like right now you're over the shoulder. No. Palm. There it is. Get some substance behind your palm like this. If you want a palm strike on shoulder, there you go. Now we're in business. Now right foot on the ground, hip out. Good, slip, good, full extension. Last one. Careful, of course, yes. And two, good, and stand. Very good. All right, we're about to switch things up to the arm bar, but if anyone has questions, I'm really surprised that you guys have fourth degree jiu-jitsu black belt in front of you right now, and everybody's just not asking questions. Any questions you might have, we're here to help. Okay, Imagine Bella, thank you so much for the safety tips. It helped me a lot. We're going to keep trying to provide them. What would help tremendously from you guys is sharing our videos. If you guys can share them on Facebook or social media, that'd be great. Yeah. If we can all together help one person who really needs this stuff and it happens to them, then it was all worth it. All the videotaping, all the work, everything. Okay. LC has to go. Good night, LC. Good. We'll see you soon, I hope.
last stream, women's self-defense, comment on your videos, about to walk my dog. How to defend myself in a situation. Adani Garcia, what was your question on the live stream? It sounds like you didn't get the answer to it on that day. I might be back though. So amazing how you do this on YouTube for all to see. Keep doing what you're doing. We're trying, Planet. There's a lot of places where you got to pay for information, but we are trying our best to provide it as a public service if possible. Okay, time. Let's go back to our feet now. So I want you guys all to sit down, but then I want you guys all to stand up with base. Whoa. I'm glad I blocked that. You guys didn't see what Lizette just did. All right, stand up in base. Let's go 5 times. Go. Up and back down. 5 times total. Stay standing at the end. Someone had an energy drink. Good, Catherine. Perfect. This is how we should always stand up in a self-defense situation. It's called the technical stand-up or standing in base. I will give you an idea about how to use the leash, if that's what you're saying. Okay, everybody, now we're going to do something that we did last time, but we're going to change it up a little, just a little, and we're going to make it, again, a speed lesson. So everybody over here, but Catherine's going to be my partner today. So what we did was we talked about, Catherine over here, we talked about when somebody approaches you and kind of tries to hold your hips, okay? So in a self-defense from a standing position, let me adjust this a little bit here. Everything cool?
Yep.
Like you saw something. That's probably just the battery. Yeah, but it's not. Okay, so from here, if I'm trying to grab Catherine, bring a little closer, Catherine, right here. If I'm trying to grab her around the hips like this might be my goal to actually pick her up and take her to the what? Wide band. We always talk about the wide band, right? So over here, please. She's going to start off with this. She's going to base out by bringing the leg back and planting it. So it's almost like a sideways base. It's just a tiny bit of a focus or a turn towards the danger, right? Then she's going to post her hands like this, and her head's going to be down. It's important that her feet kind of move back a little bit and her hands are in front of her feet. I don't want her hands to ever be in line with her feet. If her hands are out like this, can you show me both palms, please? But her leg is in this zone right here. It's going to be very easy for me to just reach down and pick the leg up, okay? So what she has to do is almost create like a slope, and then when she creates that slope and she posts on my chest, she's going to bring her feet to a place where I can't easily grab them, okay? Now, what's going to happen is the attacker, if they want to grab you, that's problem 1. If they want to punch you, that's problem 2, okay? But right now, what I want you guys to do is focus on not crossing your feet as you move away, because that's one of the biggest mistakes is falling down in the middle of all the craziness. So I don't want to see this and this. It's not walky steps. It's almost just short and slide. Short step, slide. Short step, slide. So let's do it from this angle here. So I'm going to try to grab Catherine. Now, when I grab her, stand right here, I'm not going to grab her here, because even if I reach my goal, this doesn't pick her up well. It picks her up well in the hip area. So when she blocks my shoulders, my hands are going low. They're not going high. And all she's going to do is, as I'm driving into her with, pretty good force, she's going to shuffle her back foot and her front foot. Back foot, front foot. So small steps, right? Over here. Good. Good. Just like that. Okay? Now the goal is not to go in the direction that I want to take her. But her plan is to not fall and be able to keep away from me, because if she tries to plant her roots and the person bends the arms, you're gonna get caught up. They're gonna grab you. So all we're gonna do right now is that block. So come over here. So as I go to grab, or as you guys go to grab your partner, don't do this. This is ridiculous. It's nothing. Go for the hips, right? As soon as I go for the hips, she blocks. Now my hands are lower than hers. Now I'm trying to reach in. Boom. And I want you guys to give some resistance, but I don't want you guys to try and completely stop them, but make sure that they feel like they have to work to get to you. Don't just run backwards and let them take you all over the park or wherever you guys are. So one more time, Catherine, over here. This time, give me more resistance, but you're going to move. Just make sure you give me more resistance. So step a little closer. So as I come in, I start grabbing her. Boom, good. Much better. Good, exactly. Now, in a second, I'm going to show you guys how to basically get rid of the energy, push it aside. But right now, we're going to start with that. So you guys are going to do about 8 seconds of drive, and the other person 8 seconds of keeping that person away from you, keeping your base the entire time. Cool? 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Partner up. Let's switch it up. Let's go. Hello. Let's go right over here. You're going to go, yeah. Is that over here? You guys over here? How can I help you, man?
I don't know if it was you or sending email.
Oh, you know George.
Yeah.
Is that right? George?
Yeah, I know he goes to that.
Is he the one that told you about us?
Yeah, him and I know Steven. Good guy.
We're came in with Matt, teaching women self-defense, man. I was like, dude,
I don't know if
you're
you're
good.
true.
Actually, the only thing we were asking in school is, just need you guys to, when this class is over,
Yeah.
time for you to treat you. You have a car out there?
Yeah, over on the.
Yeah, so when you come back in, once this class is done, we want to two people. We'll let this class be first, and then we'll get hockey.
Okay.
Cool. See you about 10 people.
All right. Yeah, we walking around the beach.
Is that?
Walking around outside.
No, I mean, just be, if it's like a police officer sitting there, maybe you don't want to walk by in a gi, but, you know. Good, yeah, resist. But don't, you look like you're on the attack. She's on the attack. Let's go. Good, now, yes, good. That's what I want. 8 seconds of resistance. Get used to that real fighting feeling.
So you have to
Good.
You have to understand somebody.
April Omar says hello. Omar says hello. Ali's Omar.
Oh.
Okay, time. Now, let's talk about how we're going to direct the energy in a different way. So let me get Lizette. So she's going to play the bad guy, and I'm going to play the defender, right? So as I go here like this, it's very bullfightery. We talked about this last class. So as she's coming in, I don't want to be here and let my arms eventually collapse, because then that could happen, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak one hand right around the outside of her arm. And the goal is going to be to keep enough space between the two of us. Let me turn you. So if I have to move back a little, I will. But now I'm going to push this under and move out of the way. Okay? So one more time. She didn't look like she minded that at all. All right, so here, boom. Okay? Now look, as she's coming in, I do this. And I move out of the way. It's very bullfighting. Okay? So the idea is to move out of the way and cross the arm underneath. In Jiu-jitsu, we call this, wait a minute. In Jiu-jitsu, we call this an arm drag when I go from here to here, and I can even grab the back from that position, okay? So we have arm drags, or sometimes they call it a throw by. Okay, so arm drag or throw by, but this is a related technique to those techniques, okay? So again, you're gonna try it after this one, so down here. So as she comes in, first thing is what we already did. Once I've moved a little bit, and she's still going for my hips to try to grab me, then I'm gonna take the advantage of using this arm, pushing it underneath, and getting away. And of course, I don't want to chase her down and go give her a kick. A lot of people online are like, make sure you kick them once just because they did that to you. And I'm like, imagine putting your foot up in the air to kick somebody, having them catch it and take you down, right? Bad idea. So if you can get home safe, get home safe. That's the goal. All right, you want to try it one time? So here, as I go in, she's going to block. Okay, so now as we move in, right when we get to here, her hand's going to sneak, and she's going to move her hip back just a tad and move me across, exactly. And then the goal is to get away from the situation if possible. Question.
Monkey, C-clamp.
C-clamp, I think, is better. So, good question. So, bring it in a little. So, online, we call this a monkey grip in Jiu-jitsu when you hook. We call this a C-grip or C-clamp or lobster claw, possibly. When I'm doing this technique, come over here, Tyrannosaurus Rex. She's like this, okay? When I'm blocking like this, it feels like both work. Like I can go with the monkey grip, but I feel like if I C-clamp this, it gives me so much more push through available. Yeah. So I would say try them both. See which one feels better for you. There's not a right or wrong, but it's more feels good for you. Okay? So we're just gonna block, and then the first chance we get, we lock it in and go. Don't let go with both hands, just one. Because if Lizette's here and I let go with this and this, she's going to reach her goal. You see what I'm saying? She probably could do that, actually. So here, boom. Keep that one there. Block this one through, and get out of the way. All right, let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3. This one's gonna make you guys sweat a little.
I do. I'm gonna get you.
Lizette Silva, thank you so much. Where is this located? We are in the city of Lakewood, California.
Oh, sorry.
But this is 2019. And then I will be showing something you can do with the leash momentarily. Good. Redirect that energy. Redirect that energy. Remember, grab the body, don't grab the shoulders. So you're on the attack, right?
No,
Well, then you're not pushing her, you're grabbing. Yeah, she's got to push you.
you're pushing me. Yes.
So the bad guy's trying to grab you, the good guy's trying to keep the person away. Yes.
Oh.
Good. You see how you can clear it?
Yes.
Clear it.
Can you do that for last?
Good. Good. Okay, that one was good. Sound effects and all. Very nice.
That works.
It does work.
Yeah. Are you pushing me? No. Oh, yeah.
Same. I don't know what that is. Like a squirrel, Red Bull, something.
You got. I'm gonna grab you.
Recap. Yeah, we do that every couple of classes. We recap some of the techniques from the previous classes. That's very important. Jasmine says he's doing these live. Awesome. Yes, glad you guys are enjoying it. So right now we're doing recaps thus far on this class. Everything that we've done in the previous classes. But if you want more detail, which I think there is more detail in the previous classes, those videos are actually on our page. Go to live streams or live videos from the past, and you'll be able to find those videos.
That felt awful. Yeah. Oh no, I have to like secure it and just like do it all fast.
Okay, Freeze, let's do something that we weren't planning on doing. I wasn't planning on doing, but let's have some fun with it. Your goal is to try and wrap your arms around the person's waist. Now, I'm going to give you one secret weapon. The secret weapon we're going to work on is the frame. So if you look at the technique we did on our video, one of our videos, if we could no longer hold this, we can set a frame across the neck and lock it in. We also did that in one of our more recent classes. So the whole idea is April wants to stop my hands. Let's move this way, guys. She wants to stop my hands from doing this. Look. No. From doing this. If my hands interlock or my fingers interlock, my palms, whatever it is, if I get them behind her, she did not do a good job of keeping space between us. But her goal right now is to stop me from doing that. That's it. So my goal is simply to get there. Yes, there is an option for me to strike her. There's options for me to do other things, but we got to crawl before we walk. So the goal right now is to legitimately try to capture that person, and we're going to give you guys a timer. The timer is going to be between 10 and 15 seconds. So you got 10 or 15 seconds to get your arms wrapped around this person, and their only goal is to stop you from doing that using preferably the techniques we worked on. Does that make sense? So I'm going to try to come in. She's pushing, right? If she can clear me to that side using the arm, boom, great, but I'm not going to give up. So I'm coming back. And she's got to continue to defend for that whole time. If this is not foreign to you, if it ever happens, it's not foreign to you, you're going to go right back to your drills, right back to your techniques. It's going to feel like second nature. If the first time you ever resisted is out there, that's a problem, right? We got to make sure we're good here, ready for what's out there, okay? So let's practice. 1, 2, 3. I'll set the timer. Remember, the only goal is for somebody to grab a hold of you. So figure out who's grabbing and who's defending. Use the space, but wait a minute. I didn't know there's a timer I told you. Okay, we're going to start off with 12 seconds. And in between, there will be 5-second moments to switch. Okay, ready. Who's attacking on that side? Catherine, the attacker on this side. Liz is very happy about being an attacker.
No idea.
All right, ready, set. Attackers, try to wrap them up. Go. Really try. Get rid of those arms, too. If you can push them out of your way, push them out of your way. Don't let them grab. Good. Get the wrap time. Good job. You got it. Now, an attacker's not going to sit there and blindly come in. So if you guys want to remove that problem, it's an option. Okay, next person's turn. Ready, set, go. Attackers grab. Use your frame. You need a frame, use a frame. She's stalking you in the stomach. Best day of you guys' life. Okay, try again. First person again. Ready. 12 seconds. All you gotta do is grab them. Wait a minute. Go, guys. Come on, get it together. Ready, set, go. Try and grab. Who's on the attack? Whoever was first is going again. Who's grabbing who?
I'm grabbing her.
I don't see it.
I'm trying.
Time. Very good. Nice defense, Maribel. Okay, switch. Other person's turn. Ready? Your thumb hurts. Keep your hands together. Ready, set. Go. Really try to get rid of those problems. If you're the attacker, get around the arms. Grab their body. It's your only goal. Grab their body. Nice. Time. Okay, let's switch. Let's go Catherine and Lizette. Let's go Maribel with April. And now we're going to up the time to 15 seconds. Okay, 15 seconds. Anybody in the chat room, please be, feel free to ask questions. And we'll get to your questions in about 2 minutes. Okay, here we go. Ready, set, go. Keep away. You see any arm clearance availability? Nice. Very good. That was bad on that one. All right. And you know the funny part is everybody says, usually it would be to get around that frame and just grab that person. Well, I guess you don't know what you don't know. All right, second person, ready. Attackers on in 3, 2, 1. Go. Frames work. Nice, good. Keep going. Come on, attackers. Time. Excellent job. All right, we got 2 more rounds of this. 2 more rounds. Let's go. Ready? First person is back on the attack. Set. Go. Oh, beautiful catch on that one. The attacker was successful. I don't know why I'm rooting for attacker. I think all the other people are winning. Go. 5. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so you guys are starting to forget a little bit about the footwork. A lot of this, and a lot of not sure which arm and which leg goes forward. If this is the arm forward, which leg? Same leg. Something to remember. Okay, second person, second attacker. Ready, set, go. Nice. Keep clearing. Clear those arms if you see a chance. Especially when your arms go low. Very good. Time. How's the cardio feeling? Fantastic. All right, guys. Cool. So take a deep breath. Actually, you know what? Grab a drink of water. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll come back and we'll answer some questions from our friends. All right. What do we have online, guys? So all we're doing right now is we're trying to maintain a distance between their body and our body. It's a fun drill, but it's also a good drill because if the person is able to wrap you up, then they usually can pick you up. If you're out here, the lifting is very difficult. So the idea right now is to keep distance with your hands, keep distance with your frame, and if you ever see a chance to kind of grab an arm and push it across so you can clear, that's also a great drill. Of course, they could punch you, but we'll get to that later. If they're punching you, then we can cover, we can push away, we can make distance. There's a lot of opportunities to get away in that as well. So they should role play for real life situations, not laughs. Thank you for your advice, but things here are going pretty well, and I have lots of experience. So why are they laughing so much? Why are they laughing so much? Because you know what? It's supposed to be enjoyable to come and experience this. We're not yelling at each other. You know what? If you want a real life situation, I could curse all day. I could scream. I could grab people's hair and shake it vigorously. But we don't have to fight just to learn. We're learning to fight. Okay? A lot of people think they're doing someone a favor by going crazy on that person today because that's what they're going to do for you out there. Well, if you're planning on fighting today, we would be a lot more serious today, but we're planning on fighting tomorrow. Okay? So that's the way we roll over here. All right. If there are any questions, let us know. Right now, I think we're solid. They're learning and having a good time. Exactly. Who wouldn't want to be a part of a class that's a fun thing where you're actually learning at the same time? There are days where we're going to tighten it up and get a little more serious, but today it's an enjoyable drill. It works your cardiovascular conditioning, your strength, your positioning, your base, all that stuff. So that's what it's for. All right. So, okay, guys, let's bring it in a little bit. I do want to just say real quick that I mentioned an arm bar, and I do want to kind of at least touch on the arm bar a little bit, okay? But are there any questions about what we did so far? How did that feel? Pretty good cardio drill, right? Pretty good cardio drill. It's a lot of fun. You know, one of the people in the chat had said, like, why is everybody laughing so much and so on. We usually don't laugh that much, but it's okay if it happens once in a while. It's not a big deal. I'm not tripping. I'm looking at it like we want to enjoy our class, right? As long as people are doing what I'm asking them to do, then enjoy it, you know? But there are going to be times where the drill might get more serious. Today's not that day, so not a big deal. But as long as you guys gathered the two things we did so far, I'm more than happy. So we got the distance that we kept with our palms, our base, our balance, moving our feet correctly. We had the frame on that one, right? And then we cleared. Did you guys ever have a chance to clear in this one?
Yeah.
You got a couple of times to do it. There's a video that I actually saw, I think it was Monday or Sunday, and the video had a person who, they tried to kidnap that person. They jumped out of the car, they tried to kidnap this woman. And rather than doing anything like striking, she simply like moved a lot and kind of slipped. Every time they went to grab her, she sort of slipped underneath. It was very similar to what we're doing right now, but the key was that they never got body to body on her. They were never able to actually subdue her and gain control. And that's huge. That's huge. If you guys make this second nature to you and something that we do a lot, this could be a great warm-up. Why not do this instead of the rocking chairs and the bear crawls and all that stuff? Just try and grab that person for 10, 15 seconds and you'd be surprised. After 4 or 5 rounds, everybody's, you're breathing hard. Because even if you're attacking or defending, it's a workout either way. Okay? So anyways, that being said, let's get to that arm bar. We've all done the arm bar, but I want us to review the arm bar and get a nice set before we switch to the second class. So actually, you know what? Why don't you do it, April? Lie down. All right, so it's basically 6 steps on this arm lock. It's more of a traditional jiu-jitsu arm lock, but it relates directly to hair grabs. It relates to hands on the neck. But what it's going to be right now is the hand across the shoulder. And now my partner is going to hook the tricep or elbow right here. And then the second hand is going to go up here to my shoulder like this. So you have steps 1. Let's do that again. Step 1, step 2. All right, step 3 is whatever arm she's attacking, she steps on the hip on that side. So she's attacking my right arm, she steps on my right hip. Now step 4, she's going to make sure that she's on her turtle shell, so her head is up. And as she rotates away from the step on the hip, her back leg comes up to the sky. Boom, like this, perfect. Now what you probably noticed, she's centered my arm. My arm is in the middle of her body. And now she steps over my neck for step 5. And she separately bites, separately. And then from here, step 6 is to palm up my wrist and hips to the sky, slowly, okay? We call this an arm lock. Hyperextends the arm for those at home that may not have seen it. And from there, I would either be forced to tap out in sport or my arm would break if it wasn't sport. Okay, so here one more time. Step 1, trap the elbow with a hook, kind of a hooking monkey grip. Step 2, shoulder. This stops me from going too close or too far, kind of in the middle, right? Now step on the hip, step 3. The biggest step I think of all is 4. When you move your head, you have to lift your leg. If you don't lift your leg, the whole thing will fall apart. So move your head, lift your leg, boom, up in the armpit, very nice. Step 5, bite the neck with your leg, and now double up on this wrist control, very nice. And next, she starts to slowly elevate, and that one was like really tight. The idea is to do more legs than arms. I think a lot of people make a mistake of holding a wrist, watching a UFC, and they just think, I just got to get my leg over. And they just start, go ahead, yeah, do what you were doing. They do. Go ahead. Yeah, they do this, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Why didn't it work?" You know, arm bar is a lot more than that. It's a lot more than that. Okay. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and you don't want to wait too long because, to be honest, arm bars don't hurt, but you feel that they're very tight and you feel that there's danger, and that's when it's time to be smart and tap out. So I want you guys to do minimum 10 each, and then switch to the other person doing it. Okay, same partners as the last drill. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Nick, what's up, sir?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. I don't know, I can't see you guys, I'm sorry. Okay.
No.
Yes, we will get to all of the variables. It's not a bad point that we have to call out help and things like that. Certain classes, we do focus on it, but, you know, one step at a time, guys. Can't afford to continue jiu-jitsu. It's really appreciated. You know what? It's expensive. It's very expensive for a lot of people. We try to keep our prices reasonable, but I've seen some crazy prices. For CWW, they teach what to say, what to scream, and the reason for it. Yeah, I don't want. We do that too, but it's not a primary focus. The primary focus is the physical leverage, technique, and timing that we need to deal with situations. But we agree. Okay, a few more minutes. Good, work those arm locks. If you guys need help, let me know. Hip. Perfect. Rotation. Excellent. Very good, Catherine. Nice. Catherine trying to get a stripe. Is that trying to get a patch? What happens here? You get somebody a nice beater, like, man. I don't need to get patched for this.
I'm the one waiting for you.
Don't leave without it. I have it. Good. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't cross your feet. Very nice, Taekwondo. You still like jiu-jitsu more?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You switched her over. Good. Very nice. Looking good, guys. Make sure you do 10 before you switch. 10 arm locks from the guard position. Good question. What is CWW? 2, step and hit 3, head rotation, but don't hip escape. Just move your head a little that way. Yes, very good. Now hook a little more with your leg. Move her with your leg a little. There you go. Now step over. Good. Excellent. Very good. By the way, I did see the videos of you screaming out numbers from side control. That was pretty awesome. She was beating up her nephew. She's going, side control 1, side control 2. And I was just like, oh my. And your sister sent it to me like direct. She's like, you gotta see this. High right leg as you turn. So leg that, yes, good. Very good. That looks tight. Is that tighter, Kevin?
Yeah.
Good. All right, well, nice. Let's do it again. You know who's watching over there? Who's saying, Mr.
You better not be.
You know who. Here we go. You checking your technique. It's all love. Step on the hip. Rotate, lift the leg. Good. On the top. Excellent. Pull. Awesome. Just don't cross your feet. Separately bite your feet down, your heels. Yes. That's more efficient, I think, than the cross feet. Okay, anybody online? We got 0 questions today. 0 questions. What is going on online? Come on. If anybody has a question about self-defense. Oh, we did have one. Is that person still on? They were asking about the leash. Is that person still on? Please let me know. I'm trying to see who it was. Yes, it was Adani Garcia. Are you still on with us, Adani? Awesome. Okay, we're going to address your question in just a moment. Let me grab a leash.
I wouldn't necessarily have it if you're getting.
Want to switch sides?
Right, NASCAR, baby.
So I know. Right? We'll do this one.
Is the hot, like, the hip joint falls up? Came up? Is the hot, like, the hip joint falls up? Came up? We keep it up.
Swing this way.
Catherine, you're lost.
Yeah, we switch sides just to switch it up on our brain. No, if you.
Yeah, don't switch it up on the brain yet. But you're okay right there. All you got to do is step on the hip. This way, leg up high. No, this leg up
Oh,
high.
right.
And now step over.
Because you have it.
Correct. Good. Okay, time. So whatever else is owed of those 10 still must be paid. Okay, so let's stand up for a second. So you guys come in for a quick second here, and we did have a question, and I hope I understood the question, but let's all kind of stand up so we can learn together, because we're not going to ask this today, but somebody did ask this today, and they said that they walk their dog and they have their leash, and that the dog would probably run away. Oh, that's sad. The dog would run away if somebody were to ever attack. Now, of course, the first thing you have to understand, and I want everybody's input, including in-house, a stranger walking towards you has done nothing wrong until you set a boundary. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If I'm walking across the parking lot and I'm walking towards any of you guys and I'm here and you say, "Sir, excuse me, can you stop right there, please?" What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. "Sir, excuse me, can you stop right there?" At that point, the person stops and goes, "Yes," and you say, "I just feel I'm a little uncomfortable. I just wanted to ask you to stop. Can you, I'm just going to step over here. I'm going to get in my car," whatever it is you're going to do. If the person continues to come forward at that time, now they've done something wrong because you made it clear. You set a boundary. If you don't set a boundary and they're just walking towards you and you're thinking, if I ignore him, maybe he'll ignore me, that could get bad fast. Okay? So really, even if you have a leash or whatever it is that you have, whether it's pepper spray, leash, whatever it is, all that should be secondary. The boundary setting should be first, because hopefully the majority of people don't have bad intentions with you, right? But you guys got to be able to let them know, like, hey, stop. Can you stop right there, please? Just stop. If the guy turns around and goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I left my keys over there and I just wanted to grab them. I think I left them on the floor." Okay, but let me get a chance to jump in my car and then, do your thing or whatever. But if the person just keeps walking and just has bad intention, then the fight is on or the situation is on. So that's the first thing you got to understand is setting boundaries, and you're allowed to set the boundary you want to set. The worst case scenario, you look kind of foolish. Maybe you yell out and you don't have the right words for the moment. "Hey, stop." And the guy's like, "Whoa, what's wrong with you?" And then he just kind of walks off. Well, you know what? I can live with that. As long as I know that I felt some kind of way, things weren't good, comfortable for me, I asserted myself and I got home safe. That's the main thing. Now, if somebody were to grab me in a situation where I wanted to use an object, maybe a t-shirt, even if you have a t-shirt, a loose t-shirt over your shoulder, a leash, whatever it is, then what we could do is this. This is like a rope, okay? And let me get Catherine, okay? So this rope right here is something that if I'm walking my dog, I have this type of hold on the leash. Would you guys agree? Mm-hmm. So this is a very common hold on the leash. Can you hold that side? Dog's over there and I'm here. Maybe this is a big dog, maybe it's a small dog, but either way, I have a double grip on it, like so. Okay? Now, if I ever feel like somebody comes up from the side or tries to grab me, can you try and grab me from the side right there, Catherine? If this were to happen and I was not expecting it, what I'm going to do is take this rope that I'm holding and I'm going to loop this over the person's head like this. So, no, stay right there. Keep your head where it was, grab me, yes. I'm going to frame out a little bit. I'm going to loop this over like this. Okay, watch what happens. Come back here. Sorry to give you the headband. So I push this. I'm holding like so. I push this into her, and I loop this over like this. Now I'm going to take off the little hat and show you guys what it is. Turn around. You see this grip? Now put your head up to the sky so they can see what's happening. these hands are in a crossed position right under her chin. And so what happens is as I start to squeeze this, how tight was that?
Tight.
One of the tightest things you felt? Exactly. So what we're going to have to do is create a little bit of distance with the frame and then loop this around like so. And then when you have their neck inside of this position, you can start to roll your wrists and pull. And that creates what we call the cross choke, right? I think have I shown you the cross choke? Who did I show? Was that the cross choke? You did it to me. Remember the first day you trained? So we use the gi. Essentially the gi, if you look at this and you look at this, it's the same. It's the same thing. It just has fabric weaved into the actual belt itself, right? But the idea is to get this type of grip, one palm, actually both palms up, I should say, open, loop, and then use this opening to kind of squeeze. So let's try one more time. We're here. So I'm like this. As soon as I feel my partner starting to grab me, or if I realize it's happening, I'm going to frame out a little bit here. I'm going to loop my elbow over the top like this, and then I'm going to start to squeeze. If you have to let up a little bit to here to make the loop, that's cool. And now reestablish your grips right there. So that way it could be a little bit quicker, because quick is probably important in that moment, right? So last one. We're here. Wait, come back. So I'm here. I'm holding whatever. I feel somebody grab me. I realize they're on that side. I start to push away, slip, over the top, grab, and choke. Super, super powerful choke. Nobody's going to expect it. So it works with the shirt. It works with the gi. It works with the belt, all the above, but it's worth practicing. So why don't we do this for a quick second? Take off your belts and try it. Try it real quick, okay? So what we're going to do is you're going to go palm up, like so. When the person comes, you're going to have to frame with your elbow, slip, loop that over their head, and then reestablish your bite. And you only want, probably at the end, one hand's worth of distance between your grips. So does that, can you come over here for a second? So if I have 2 arms or 3, how many hands is that? 3, right? It's not the same. It's okay, it's just not the same. If I reach in like this, that's game over right there. So hold and practice, okay? Move up to your partner right now. Don't worry about the whole body locks and all that stuff. Just kind of put this over their head, establish your grips, and squeeze. Try it out. Does that make sense? But what are they doing while you're doing the reverse choking? What do you mean by that? They might be trying to grab you, I'm guessing. From what I gathered from the question, the person is trying to attack you or hold you or grab you during your dog walk, right? And if that happens and you have this in your hand and you want to know how to use it, pushing it to the front of them like this is useless. Putting it over them like this is pretty useless. But if you were to get this grip and loop this over, you end up in a scenario. Let me do one single so it's a lot easier to see. So what I'm going to do is I go from here to over. And when you have this type of grip with the crossed arms, now you have something that you can squeeze and actually choke a person from the front. A lot of people don't know how to choke from the front. They choke from behind. Probably kidney punching you. Could be. Could be. And then if you want to talk about kidney punches, we'll do that one too. But right now, if someone's kidney punching you in a fight and you have this on them, they have about 6 to 8 seconds before it's lights out for them. And with the adrenaline pumping of your life being on the line, I'd rather have this around your neck and let you kidney punch me as hard as you can 3-4 times, because you're going to sleep. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
It's only one technique. It's one piece of a large puzzle. Okay. What do you do if you're attacked from behind? We will definitely talk about that on the next one. Hopefully you guys will be here Monday. We have a video about that, actually. If you haven't seen our 1 minute quick video from the choke from the back, there is that to kind of start you off. And then we will, we'll get into deeper details on the next class for sure. What else? Anything else, guys? Adani Garcia. It's a spur of the moment question, but this is something I've thought about a million times. Again, a t-shirt. Let me see if I have a t-shirt here. This right here could be one of the best choking tools you ever heard of. Not inside like this. This is going to rip. But if you make a rope out of a shirt like this, and you guys are holding that rope in any way, and you loop it around the person's head, squeezing this like this, it is the nastiest choke you've ever felt. Okay, let's kick Aiden out. Thanks for joining us, Aiden, but you are 86 from everything from now on. All right, guys, we're going to close it out right now. Okay, time. How does it feel?
It doesn't feel, it feels really weird.
Okay, show me who's getting what's happening. Let me see.
Trying to know the placement and which side.
Okay, so you're going with her.
Yeah.
You're going to go like this. You're going to palm up. Okay, palm up. And you're going to start with the front. So you're going to go right here, and then you're going to loop this around. That was very nice, that guy. She did it for me. And now from here, I squeeze. So I have to go from the front, bring this around, and go here. What else does this remind you of? Purse, seat belt. If you guys were in a car and a person was in the driver's seat trying to take you somewhere and you were able to grab their seat belt and loop your arms around, you could use this as a seat belt choke. Okay? So this goes up. Don't whip your head around. I move my elbow around. And then I deepen and I squeeze. Try it. See? So turn this way. Put it under her chin. Loop it over. Now freeze. Deepen both hands. I want your hands one fist apart. Deeper. No, one fist. Meaning this much. Bring your hand that far. Bring your hand this far. More. Now squeeze. There it is. See the difference? Big difference. She even made a little clicking weird noise or whatever. So that's what we want. Now you try
You were
to
doing it
way too loose.
Yeah.
You were doing like this. You're trying to tie the noose, but what's choking her is not the belt, it's my hand. So I'm here. It's not this.
Oh.
It's this.
Okay. So I got it.
You okay?
Do you know when you have deja vu?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll work on it next class. Let's line up. 1, 2, 3. All right, everybody line up. Okay, facing forward. Thank you, guys. Hands and feet together. All right, thank you, guys. We'll see you very soon. Online, thank you guys so much. Hope you guys enjoyed the class. Q&A for BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And that could be coming up very soon. The car key technique, knife was good. Omar Osh. Thank you, Lizette. We appreciate you too. Thank you, Justice. Also check out our videos, guys, if you guys haven't already. There's a lot of detail in the videos, except for the quick ones. The quick ones are made for TikTok. They're 60 seconds. I did the best I could with 60 seconds. But we're doing full lessons, which there's one full lesson. If you haven't watched our full lesson on the wall pin, please watch that full lesson. That thing is as thorough as I could have made it. But first you got to watch the quick lesson because that gives you a couple of the basic ones. Then you watch the full lesson and you'll have an entire understanding, I think, of that situation. Look at these crazy kids over here. You see them? All right, guys. Good night. See you guys later.